Nie wiem, już to będzie tak.
Damy radę.
Niech mówi ten, co ma coś do powiedzenia, dobra? Bo...
Dobra. To tak zacznę. Okay. So we wanted to tell you a story, actually some stories about Poland, about the water pollution in our country, about the water education, about like solving the problems related to the water. And we would like to start with the story which happened 2 years ago, and it was like the huge contamination of Odra River, which is like the second largest river in Poland. This is actually a very sad story because if the company who did the contamination would say the things about that they did on time, maybe there would be less consequences. But the general consequences was that 100 tons of dead fishes were found in the Odra River, and then the whole river was contaminated. And I wanted to ask you, girls, how would you feel to like just enter this water, because many people are like swimming in this water, and yeah, it's like the place of the recreation for them.
Yeah, I think it's really problematic that the companies are trying to hide the fact that they did something, because in the end, if they would just talk about it sooner than later, less people will be affected, there would be less dead fish or animals or wildlife. And also, I think it's just really problematic to just trust the government and enter the water, or just trust that everything is okay, while there are things happening in the waters that you have no control of.
Yeah, so additionally, I think that, as you mentioned, is the place of recreation, of the place where we can rest and enjoy our time, while it is actually it might be even dangerous for our health. So at the end, I think we, at least part of our society, could have ended up being afraid of that place, to enter there, and avoiding those places.
Yeah, I think it just creates some kind of distrust for the future generations who, you know, like they hear about those stories. Maybe they hear it be bigger or smaller, but that fear lingers in them in the future. And sometimes this might create some kind of fear of the nature of the waters, of the government as well. And I believe this should be just more clear in the future. People should be more open about if something bad happens, we should just talk about it and try to create a solution together.
Yeah, I agree with Carolina, and moreover, like nowadays in our schools, in our universities, there is many education about like pollutions, about the environment, and we are really happy with that, because you know, like I would say 50 years ago, people were not that good educated about like the environment, about everything what is like surrounding us. And now it is improving in Poland a lot. We have a lot of the sponges city, which are like gathering the water for the times when there might be a drought in Poland or something. And there are many other ways that we are like saving water.
Yes, and definitely those campaigns, they supported the fact that now the pollution in bigger cities is way less visible. So it is a visible sign that they worked, that education is very important, and we should continue that, not only in those bigger cities but also in smaller villages and other places in Poland, but also in other countries in Europe.
Yeah, and I think that even like small activities, just maybe some events for kids that get them kayaking, to just go swimming in the rivers, that clean rivers, just creates this kind of community that wants to take care of the nature, because they use the nature and they appreciate it, and it brings them joy. So I think outside of school it's also important to have those community-based events.
Yeah, and one more thing is that the quality of water in Poland is really improving right now, because a few years ago there was no drinkable water, like the tap water. But right now in many big cities in Poland you can just drink the water from the tap, and there are many marketing campaigns which are encouraging people to do it, because in that way you can save like a lot of the plastic, you can reduce the emission of the CO2, because there's no need for transport to like deliver the water to the people. You can just drink it from the tap, so it's great.
Yeah, and outside of that, thankfully in Poland, we do have some issues with the water, but at least we have the water. So I'm just glad that we have the resources to continue living healthy.
Yeah.
Yes, most of the times it is not about the lack of water, which is not the biggest problem in Poland, but it is more about the quality of it. So definitely those campaigns such as cleaning areas close to the water, but also cleaning water like rivers and such is definitely very important, and we should focus on that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. The micro is going down
Yeah,
here.
I had to
We were trying to fix it all the time.